Minnesota, like the rest of the country, is facing an epidemic of obesity that really took off in the early 1980s. And we've had a tripling of the rate of adult obesity, a tripling of the rate of childhood obesity. To give you some sense of this, a third of American adults now, 25% of Minnesota adults, are obese. And double that for the percentage of people who are overweight. For our children, 1 out of 6 children are clinically obese, and double that for the number of children who are overweight. So we've had a major shift in our population in Minnesota, reflecting that of the country, towards heavier weights. And now, what's the problem with that? The problem with that is that we're seeing a lot of health complications for our adults and our children. So it's a major problem that has come upon us really in the last couple of decades.
Obesity is an issue that's gotten a lot worse very quickly. I mean, in fact, there are very few public issues that have changed as much as this one in the past 20 years. So there's been a lot of change in it. There's great cost to it. It's personally costly to people. It limits what they can do in many instances. It is enormously costly to their health, so that obesity is often that very first point that leads towards diabetes or heart issues, things later in life.
Think about this. Who do you know that chooses what food goes in the vending machines that you see at work or at the hockey arena where you play? Some one person is making those decisions. It's a citizen. How do we engage that person and the people who buy that food to make healthier choices available and then to buy those healthier choices? Citizens are the people who are able to be on the front lines thinking about, wow, if we change that a little bit, suddenly it can have huge ripple effects.
The irony about the obesity problem in the United States is that this is the most at-risk generation, adults and children, but it's also the one that knows the most about nutrition. I mean, we know more about what we should be eating than any generation in history. We know more about the fact that we should be exercising. So it's not an information gap. We are not going to mainly handle this problem of obesity and overweight through just putting out more messages to eat more sensibly and eat less fast food and be more active. We need a cultural change at the community level. We've developed these cultural norms, these community standards in the last 20 years that you eat out a lot of fast food, sit and watch TV screens or computer monitors all the time. We've developed that norm. We need a new norm, a new way that we operate in our neighborhoods, in our communities, in our friendship circles, in our extended families, so that we can shift as a culture, shift as communities. So the idea behind the Minnesota Open is so wonderful because it's not relying on more professional experts to deliver more "you should eat your spinach" information, but rather to generate a kind of a buzz, get people thinking about creative ideas of how we can make this shift together, and having a competition for the best ideas, and then rewarding the people who come up with really great ideas. So we have to do it together.
There's actually a little, sort of a dirty little secret in public policy, in that not a lot of public policy is made talking to people who are really impacted by that public policy. And so when you go out and you engage people in that process and you learn from them and you get their ideas, you almost always come up with either a better definition of the problem or better ideas to help to solve it. And so the great thing about the Idea Open is that it provides, I think, an opportunity on a really great scale to do that, and to do that on an issue that really matters to Minnesota.
So this whole Minnesota Idea Open concept doesn't work unless you're part of it. So think about it, get online, and submit your idea today at mnideaopen.org. Thanks.